So in today's video, my intention is to share how you continue your magical journey, what it looks like to do magical record keeping actually. I'll be using my Hearth Witch Book of Shadows. You can purchase this through my website, leaptaken.com, Amazon, as well as even the TikTok shop. So what I wanted to do was to share my real life practice, and I added a page in the book. Now I'm going to talk through, so I'm going to go over the details with it. But what I did sort of want to talk about first is just how living a magical lifestyle means essentially, if you take nothing from that statement, it means living intentionally, mindfully, if that makes sense. I rarely do things just because. And even if I do, it's usually driven by a message I received from my tarot card that morning or a dream that I had. And to the onlooker, it may look random, but it's actually purposeful. I'm fulfilling something, or because of a spell that I cast or a ritual that I've done. And I've sort of made a declaration and I want to see it through. So certain actions I take are aligning with the spell or the ritual. So intentional, mindful living is truly living a magical lifestyle. Everything from letting air into my home, opening the blinds in the morning, drinking a cup of tea, watering my plants. All of that, they're simple, very simple rituals, but they're powerful because they are setting the tone for me and for my day. It's rare that I don't do these things. I almost always have a warm beverage. If it's not tea, I'm going to do mushroom coffee. If it's not that, I don't know what's going on with me that morning because this is how I start my day. I don't know something's going very wrong. And if that's that, and then I have to course correct. So that's a given. Seriously though, that's a given. These things are important to me to structure my day. And that has everything to do with living a magical lifestyle. Now, I have a separate set of rituals that I do throughout the day, that I do in the evening. And honestly, I even have some rituals when I can't sleep. Hello, perimenopause symptoms. Not getting a full 8 hours and having interrupted sleep. I'm finding I'm really in tune with the concept of the witching hour. And if you are someone, for whatever reason, who is struggling, keep watching because I'm going to share some of that with you when you just after a while, you're tired of just laying there and you want to do something else. And maybe this is an opportunity for you to connect spiritually. And I have some tips for that. So I'll be having a video sharing some of those tips very soon. Tried and true, unfortunately, and fortunately for you. But go ahead and grab yourself a copy of the Book of Shadows for the Hearth Witch, and you can also start adding your details, your magic, your rituals, your spells, your correspondences as well. So welcome to my Book of Shadows for the Hearth Witch. This is my copy. So if you weren't sure how this book was set up, I have basically half the book has content and the other half are beautiful blank pages for you to add your magical information, your magical record keeping. So it starts with a beautiful dedication. I have a wealth of information to get you started on your Hearth Witchery practice. You'll see everything there in the table of contents, and I'm just flipping through here so you can see that there's correspondences, spells, rituals, recipes, all types of information that I think is super valuable to either reaffirm where you are in your practice or to get you started. This is for the practicing Hearth Witch or for the beginning practicing Hearth Witch. But for now, we want to go ahead and set up a blank page to get started. So I thought it might be a fun idea for myself, actually. to sort of practice what I preach. And I want to write down my Cottage Witch morning rituals. So it's pretty simple, not it's not a lot, but I want to sort of get started. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my page. I'm so excited to share this part of my practice with you on actually creating pages. So let's get started. So I'm going to just start writing, and I'm going to attempt at drawing. By no means am I any sort of artist, I'll be honest with you. I do my best. But this is my journey, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. Let's not overthink this. Let's not make this hard. Let's try to remember why we're doing this. This is my book for my journey. All right, so here's my ritual. So this is my handwriting, so it's very, it looks like it looks. I basically attempted to make a window, my candle, an herb, and a plant. I do have a pretty plant that has kind of like a purplish pink, so this fits perfectly. But yeah, so if you're curious what that routine looks like for me, I like to open the day with air and light. So I almost always open my blinds, but if I don't feel comfortable opening the window for whatever reason, I just at least open the blinds. But I almost always try to open the door or the window or something. And the charm I'll speak is, bless this breeze that stirs the leaves, awaken peace that never leaves. And I like to make some sort of noise. Either I'm snapping or clapping lightly. This is lightly. a hearth and candle blessing. So I said herbal candle blessing because technically part of this is I like to have my tea with me. So I made my note, brew your tea first, because that's part of the process. Like the intention with the herbs is sort of what I'm also infusing the candle with. But my basic charm is, with this flame, I warm the heart of this home, let love simmer and blessings roam. And I like to hold my hands over the candle, just slightly over the near the flame, to send loving energy through the home, as well as to infuse my daily intention as well. Now for the herbal morning sip, I like to brew my herbal tea based on my daily intention. So that's why these kind of go together. I do them in my own little order. But anyway, peppermint for clarity, because I love peppermint tea. I have a lavender powder that I add to my teas. That's for calm. I usually add that with something like maybe lemon, which is cleansing. And then I have rooibos, which I love. Some people call it bush tea. That's grounding, very earthy flavors, and I love it. Hibiscus, that's for energy and heart, opening my heart, anything around the heart. So these are my basic herbs that I typically have on hand to make my morning brew. And I just wrote, I drink in peace and pour out light. It's very simple. I may say more, but these are like my foundational things. And then my, what I call domestic charm gesture. So I water my houseplants. That's a given, but I want to do it mindfully. So as I pour any sort of water or fertilizer, whatever I'm doing, I'll speak, little leaves and roots below, drink this gift and gently grow. With my care, you thrive and shine, a blessed bond, your light and mine. And the only thing that I did not write here, which I may choose to write here to extend this at another date, is journal prompts. Things like that, reminders, maybe like a list of journal prompts, because I want to make sure I'm doing my magical journaling in the morning. I tend to go to my planners anyway, so that would be something I actually put into my planners, and it would just be a small blurb, just a small paragraph or two, or no more than one or two, about my intentions, kind of putting it into writing. I believe magic happens when you put it pen to paper. That's my belief, honestly. So this becomes sort of a thing. If this changes, guess what? I can add another page in my book. But this is how you continue your journey. I, by no means am I someone who considers myself, an artist. But what I do is I basically, try to make it my own and, try to create things the best I can that resonates with me. Me personally, I love the little imagery. Now, my intention, honestly, when I first thought about adding this page was to add stickers, and I still can, and there will be an opportunity I can do that. But for now, I wanted to make this a little bit more homemade. And and I wanted to record this. This is something I can go back to. There is one thing I will tell you before I part this video, before I leave. You think you'll remember. You think it's committed to memory. We get sick. We go on vacation, we have to leave the home. Honestly, sometimes we're grieving. We get busy. We're bringing in new life into the world. We're watching others. We're being caretakers. We're getting married. We're separating. There's so many big life events, starting a new job, travel, moving, and you think you're going to remember, and you may not. And for some of us with those big life changes, even though we wanted them, even though some of them are for a positive thing in our life, a positive change, you can lose track. If you move, and I'm someone I've moved a lot. I thought I would remember, but I didn't realize how I moved throughout my morning and how I began had a lot to do with the home that I was in, and just the flow of the home. It will affect how you do your routine. So my suggestion is to write it down, and to take it a step further, my suggestion is to get the the Book of Shadows for the Hearth Witch. This is available on Amazon directly at leaptaken.com and also the TikTok shop. So however you choose, it is available to you and you can continue your journey as well. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everyone. Bye.